I have been having some really crazy dreams the past few nights. Oh, good, Foamahawk. Glad to see you there. It is June 25th, 2019. It's right after midnight. I had a lot to do today, and I came in and I laid down. I was really tired, and I just woke up. I had to use the bathroom, and this dream, it's not repeating itself per se, but I'm having a dream that is telling me it's almost the same dream every night this week. And I've been literally I can't even get it out of my head. I guess that's why I'm continually going back there. It's like I'm going back in my dream, and it's about Gemini. It's about Mercury and Gemini. At least that's the way it started. And then it kept bringing in Mercury and Virgo. And I understand how the story is told both ways. In our daily lives, we're told a story that goes this way. It literally goes counterclockwise. But the big story in the sky is told in a clockwise position. Our daily lives are counterclockwise. I know that sounds odd, but that's just the way this thing is working. It's the big picture's going to the right, but our daily lives are going to the left. Now let me explain what I have this thing about Mercury and Venus. And we've had Mercury in its own house until today, and Venus in its own house. And we're told this horrible story about Lucifer, the bright and morning star. Lucifer is represented by Libra in cardinal heaven, cardinal air, most perfect of the heavens, being cast down to earth, Taurus. We're also told this story of a virgin who has a baby, Mercury, who's supposed to rule the world with a rod of iron for 1,000 years, is caught up into heaven, Gemini. Both of these stories are told this way in the long, what I would call, I'm going to call it the long count calendar. Okay? I have been also trying to reconcile the so-called Mayan calendar. To me, it's Aztec or Incan flavored, but Aztec, nothing to do with the Mayans, and the long count calendar. So the long count calendar goes clockwise. The short count calendar of our daily lives goes counterclockwise. So in the clockwise position, the long count, we are told that Venus, the heart chakra, is the bad guy, and that Mercury is the good guy. That's what we're told. But in the calendar that goes this way, Venus is caught up into heaven and Mercury is cast down to earth. And we're in the age of Virgo Pisces now. We're in Virgo Pisces now. In the age of Gemini, this was Buddha, Thoth, Hermes. Its opposite is Jupiter. The god of the age of Gemini was Jupiter. It was the age of the Greeks. It was the age of the philosophers, philosophy and ideology, Sagittarius and Jupiter. He is Zeus here. A lot of people confuse Poseidon with Neptune. No, Poseidon is Jupiter in water, right here. So we have Poseidon in the abyss, Jupiter. And we have Mercury as the whore of Babylon. This is Babylon. This is the whore. And the long count calendar, she's a virgin. And the story that Jesus tells us, this is the woman with the alabaster box. She's a whore of confusion. Babylon. Bibble babble. And the church is the whore of confusion. The Catholic Church, represented by that star, worship good old Jove or Poseidon. Remember the Poseidon adventure? It's an ad. You add a venture. You know, this just popped into my head, so I'm going to stop and do it. And boy, that came out of left field. Fasting. Fasting. It's starvation. You have a star inside of you. It's your sun. It's your soul. You have your own soul, your own solar power. It's your third eye. It is your sun. It's your center. That's how come we know the sun in the sky is the center of our. But the sun in the sky and the system outside of us rules the lower chakras of Jupiter and Mars. The upper chakra, soul, star in your head, the upper chakra, it's only ruled by time. That is its only limitation. Saturn, it's only ruled by time. There is no death of your star, your soul. It only manifests in time. We're coming to a point of being, we're fixing to be on time. I'm a Capricorn. I'm funny about time. I can't wear a watch. They don't run on my body. I'm a B negative copper bloodline. I walk up to a cash register and the computer starts freaking out. I know when I get in line, I'm going to have to wait. I understand Saturn and time. I'm always 15 minutes early to any appointment. I can't stand to be late for anything. Time has always been important to me. I need to pause here. They're actually, it's so hot here in Las Vegas right now. They're actually letting the landscapers out here in the middle of the night to do this. I got up last night trying to do charts, and here comes the weed eater guy. We don't have any grass, it's dead. And here they are in the middle of the night with weed eaters, their little carts rolling them around. Okay, you know, I guess if that was my job, I'd rather have it at night too. If I could do it at night, yeah. I wouldn't want to stand out in that heat with a weed eater all day long. So, I don't have a problem them doing it. They're not here in front of me but a second. But that's just something else you got to put up with around here. So, being on time. I always try to be that 15 minutes early. And I don't want to be late. I don't want to miss out. I don't want to be in the back of the line. If I can get there early, maybe I can get in and out early. Efficiency is everything to a Capricorn. They're very organized people. My life seems to be very unorganized. I'm good at organizing other people's lives. micromanaging, which I don't like done to me. I don't like doing it to other people either. It's not my responsibility, it's yours. Back to Mercury. I don't know where the starvation, somebody must be thinking about that. But yeah, starvation, your soul. Get to your soul by starvation. It's your sign. When we feed our bodies are ruled by Jupiter and the age of the abyss. In this age, right here, they worship good old Jove, Poseidon, the god of the abyss, which is religion. Down here, remember, Jupiter is expansion and rules empire. This is a religious empire. It's an empire of warlocks and wizards. And here's what they worship. The whore of Babylon, which is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury here is commerce. This is commerce. So, as we move into the next age, when we move on the fixed cross, we will be under here are the four corners of the fixed cross. The sun will be in the heavens. We will have all of the knowledge of the sun. We will walk on streets of gold. It will be solar astrology. We will understand the sun as a portal, and that all the gates are open. They're never closed. All the gates are going to open. The lion's gate is but one, and it's the gate of the sun. And as it moves through the constellations, we'll be able to portal in and out of here through the different we are going to open up this planet to the rest of the stars by going through the sun. That's what we're going to know in the age of Aquarius. In the age of Aquarius, Saturn says, you'll have no need of the sun and the moon, for I am with you. Also on the fixed cross, the age of Aquarius, is Venus. Good old Lucifer, cast down as Isis, will be the right hand of the king in the age of Aquarius. The heart, the Pleiades, the flock, all in his right hand. The black glove. We will be our own kings, our own suns, our own souls, our own stars under Saturn. Fomalhaut, the thalamus that's connected to the heart. That's funny, the blood runs from the right arm into the heart to get the oxygen, and then it goes out to the left arm, which is ruled by Mars. In the next age, there is no Mercury. I'll say it again. In the next age, there is no Mercury. In the short count calendar, it is Gemini that is in heaven. In the age of Pisces, he is cast down to earth, not world. We have to really distinguish between the terminology in the New Testament about the word world and the word earth. World is simply an age, a time. An earth is a place, and there are three. So commerce is, Mercury appears to be the god of mammon. This is what I'm picking up in my dream state. That LAVETTE, in the short count calendar and our day-to-day lives, it's Mercury. I've had this battle going on in me. Is it Mercury? Is it Venus? Is it which one's the bad guy? Which one? They both look good and they both look bad in this duality. Which one in this age is which? And then I had to ask myself the one question that I always come back to. LAVETTE, it's not what's there in the age of Aquarius. It's what's not there. And what's not there is Mercury and Jupiter. Any trace of the mutable cross. No Jupiter, no Mercury, no Mercury, no Jupiter. We will be sovereigns. Everybody, remember, in his kingdom we will all be kings and priests. 3 crosses at Golgotha, 3 crosses in the heavens. And on either side of him are robbers and thieves. Remember that. The Roberts are the thieves. The Robert. Here it's run by the collective subconscious. This is the abyss. We're in the damn abyss. What's that one channel is always talking about? We're in clown world. We're in clown world. Yes, we are. That's why they call the CIA the clowns. They're clowns. They're pretenders. They wear the mask. They're all actors. They're all imposters. We're at a masquerade ball. And when the masks come off, we're going to see Mercury as the god of mammon. That's what they worship. We're going to see Mars in this age has been presented as a god of war, who turns out to be the hero on the fixed cross. Mars is coming with us. This is your rod of iron. Will be that, not scorpion. We will get our eagle back. Yeah, the left hand, the hidden hand, these 2 hidden signs. I mean, they'll show. They've got to the point in history now where at least we can see the serpent over here. The Arabian and the Persian just took it out and threw it away altogether. But here, this eagle has been gone for so long. He's been hidden. It's the hidden hand. You notice in Freemasonry, they generally take their right hand. Their right hand in this age, the right hand in this age is Mercury. They stick their right hand in their lapel. They'll put the right hand in the lapel to hide the fingers. They're not hiding the hand. They're hiding the fingers. Because this is the little finger. This is little finger. He's the mischief maker. Loki is Mercury. He's the trickster. It's like, wow, they just decided to do that right in my front door. He's the trickster. He gives you what you want, but then he laughs in the end when it blows up in your face. We have there were giants in the earth in those days, and after that, after the flood, we have giants in the earth again. When the sons of God is in heaven, remember that. God is whoever's in heaven. I gotta pause this. Look at here. I can't believe they're doing this. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. That is a power washer you're listening to. I'll be back whenever my building's clean, I guess. Okay, it's quiet again, thank goodness. I understand them wanting to work at night. I do too. It's so loud during the day and hot around here. I have to keep my air conditioner on all day. It's very, very hot. And my internet connection's right beside the air conditioner. so it can get anywhere I go in this apartment. It's so small. It's an old ancient dinosaur, and it's so loud. So it appears Mercury, Loki, is the bad guy here. In this age, it appears that Mercury is the god of money, commerce, mammon. It's not money per se, it's the trade. They control the trade. And this is their god, is Mercury and Jupiter. And Mercury and Jupiter have absolutely no part in the next 2 ages. They only function on the mutable cross. I'm beginning to understand their function now. It's to bring us through transmutation. The mutable cross is the age of transmutation. This is where we change. This is where we adapt. We've been adapted to coming out of the fire into the water. That battle of fire and ice. We've talked about that so much. And this brings about the change to bring us to this level that we are all kings and priests. We all move to being our own sovereign monarch. The monarch is the anointed one, the christened, the Chris, the Chriso. This woman with the alabaster box that has the baby Mercury inside of her, she's the pregnant harlot in the story with the alabaster box. The alabaster box has the anointing oil. There are 2 anointing oils, one for death and one for being crowned. Your own, when a king gets crowned, that's that oil from the pineal gland. When you open your 3rd eye, you get the milk and honey. The milk and honey are poured out over you, and you become your own sovereign, your own king. And the kingdom is now. We can do it now. You have to fast, stop, which is funny because you put the food in the mouth, Mercury, to feed the belly, Jupiter. Jupiter's the belly. Those 2 work that bottomless pit. You put the food in the water in the mouth, and it's never full. Ever. Ever. You're born eating, you die eating. I mean, just shovel it in. It's a bottomless pit. You know, I'm going to talk about this. I don't generally talk about this because it's so controversial, but I pet goat too. We're shown in there that when the Christ, who has his 3rd eye open, is coming out of that tunnel, the tunnel has a uvula. It's a mouth. It's a mouth. They're coming out of Mercury. They're coming out of Mercury. We're also shown that the Christ, the 3rd eye anointed, is what destroys the black and white corporate, the white, the church, the black earth, commerce, Mercury. They hijacked Taurus for Freemasonry in the bull market. They have demonized Venus to no end. This is Freemasonry. It will be established back in its proper right, in its proper order in the current coming age. But all of them are run by 2 players with masks on, and that is Jupiter and Mercury. This whole mutable cross, they are 100% responsible for transmutation. And without them, we would never become kings and priests. We cannot demonize in the coming age, we can't demonize them. That's their game. That's what they do. Mars will be exalted in Capricorn. But empire, religion, commerce, nothing on the ideology, philosophy, even Buddha, Thoth, all that's gone in the next stage. All that was, they were given to us to bring us to self-sovereign people. Self-sovereigns. The true SS. Not this fake one they show you with the lightning bolts. Not a secret society. A self-sovereign. But the masks are coming off. They're coming off. I have had this battle between Venus and Mercury for about 2 years now. In one story, one's the bad guy, and one story, the other one's the bad guy. But in trying to reconcile the long count and the short count calendar in the Mayan, I'm seeing it now. It's coming alive to me. It's starting to talk to me. And I've always known, ever since a child, when they would give us the little highlights magazine, and you would have, and in Sesame Street, one of these things is not like the other. Which one is it? Do you know? But I also learned it's not what's there. It's what's not there. And Mercury and Jupiter have no place as kings and priests. No commerce, no religion. That's heaven. That's heaven. And we know it. We know that the problem in the world today is religion and commerce. And another problem, believe it or not, is the misteachings of Hermes and Thoth. They're put there as a stumbling block to deceive the nations. The Freemasonry picked it up, and in Freemasonry, they used the Kundalini event through Mercury to open the crown chakra and made themselves kings. There are 2 serpents in Egypt on the Pharaoh's head. We're told there's only one way into the sheepfold. Any other way is rejected. There are 2 snakes. This is Kundalini. This is the one that he teaches to come from the base root. What I'm teaching you is you have to come through the thalamus to the hypothalamus to the pineal. You come through the heart. And we all pass through the waters. This is, we escape through the waters. That's what it's called. Moses and the Hebrews escaped Egypt. That's how it's termed. It was an escape. As they describe it, it's a rescue. It's a rescue. Moses comes back and gets them. We see that in Battlestar Galactica, where Adama's son comes back to get him. Right? He comes back. And what does he come back in? Pegasus. Their memory. He comes back in Pegasus. Pegasus, our memories were hijacked by Commander Cain. The sons of Cain hijacked Pegasus, our memory. And Adama took it back. They were abandoned on New Caprica. And he came back with the white horse Pegasus. Also, another emblem for the memory is not just Pegasus. It's a seahorse. If you want a good, great sigil for memory, a universal sigil for memory is seahorse. The little tiny seahorses. Yeah, get you one of those. There's some memory for you. That's a symbol of universal memory. I'm starting to remember. I think that's what waking up is. It's not an instant moment. It's a process. Alchemy is a process. We're coming to an event horizon where everybody's going to wake up, where this mortality puts on immortality. And look, I keep telling y'all that when we come into the body, we come into death, that we've been lied to, that birth is actually death. That's why we have to be born again. We're all dead. It's like walking around in the Sixth Sense in that movie, because we're the dead ones. We are in dirt. Adam was made out of dirt. This is dirt. You're in the tomb. The body is the tomb. And you come out of the tomb. That's why Jesus came out of the tomb. He came out of the body. Roll the stone away. There's nobody there. He's gone. He's out of the body. That's what that means. Here's the stone we're going to roll away, and they didn't find him. Here's the stone they rolled away and didn't find him. He wasn't in the tomb. There is no king in the pyramids. They aren't burial ground. They aren't the tomb. The body's the tomb. We're in dirt. We're dead. To be born is to put off the body, put off the dirt, put off the tomb. In this age of Mercury and Jupiter, it's all about the body and the lower chakras. Mars is all in on it. Mars is ruled by emotions. He don't think nothing. He thinks with his lower chakra. This is what Mars does. But Mars in the next age is not going to be that way. It's going to be exactly the opposite. He's going to be the hero. It's crazy. It's not what's there, it's what's not there. What's not in the next stage, LAVETTE? There's no mutable cross. There's no adepts. There's nothing to overcome. We get to be in the know, in the now, in the spirit now, the now. We get to be in the now. And there'll be no commerce. There'll be no bottomless pit. It's going to close. See, they have the keys to the pit. The pit is the mouth into the belly. Jupiter. And it's never full. Ever. And in I Pet Goat 2, the one with the third eye open comes out of the pit, out of the mouth, in the water, heading into the sun. We see the pyramids come down, which is Egypt, the old earth. The old earth is passed away. That's a represent. Taurus is a representation of the old earth. We see the church come down. Pisces, coming down. The stars fall from heaven. Aquarius, stars falling from heaven. Heaven, heaven. The muse speaks to all of us in so many ways, but it's a symbolic way. And then we take it and put our own interpretations and our own slants on it. That's why I can't stress to you enough to know the true symbology, know the true language of the universe, because Mercury and Jupiter right now are shaking in their boots. They're quaking in their boots, because I got a boot for them too. I have my own boot, and I call it the Benevolent Order of Thalem. The Benevolent Order of Thalem. The BOOT. This is the Red Lodge. And he's fixing to stick a red boot up their ass. And Kundalini that. Because he's got the true door. The red door. The red road. again, I'm back to Wizard of Oz. Look at the 3 roads. There's a gold road, there's a red road, and there's a gray road. You want the red road. The Native American tradition, you follow the red road. Europe went all over the world looking for El Dorado, the golden road. The golden road is solar astrology. It's the sun. Everything in South America was the feathered serpent that's being demonized right now. Oh, they're reptilians. Wait till Jupiter and Mercury take those masks off and you see who they really are. If you would just close your eyes and feel inside of you, you already know. You already know this. There's so much we already know. Everybody's just now getting confirmation. Confirm with firm, to make firm the foundation. The foundation stone in the next age is jasper. That's what we're told. The foundation stone is jasper. Now, I've talked about this in a lot of videos, as many years as I spent in Alabama, and all the symbolism. They have a town there called Mecca, a town called Kaaba, a town called Jasper. It's the big red X. It's the heart of Dixie. It's the one state that still doesn't have Powerball besides Nevada. Nevada don't have Powerball because they don't want it competing with their casinos. But Alabama does it for a different reason. They're still thumping the Old Testament Bible. They still worship this God of fire. They do. Their hearts are in the right place. Their intentions are good. But they are the beast. If you're in a church, you're part of the beast system that comes up out of the sea. It's religion. And it's ruled by the people, not God. It's ruled by the lower chakras, not the crown chakra. Here in this age, we're all ruled. Everybody is ruled by desire, religion, commerce, and sexuality. All of the lower chakras with Mercury in there. The mouthpiece. Mercury's the mouthpiece of this age. He's the messenger. And as Loki, he's a liar. He's got on a mask. He gives you exactly what you ask for. But the price is your soul, your star, your third eye will never open. You sacrificed your third eye to be anything in this kingdom we're in. In the next kingdom, the least in this kingdom become the greatest. In this kingdom, this is the power. It's called water. In the next kingdom, this is the power. Boom! And water has no place, no power in the next kingdom. Religion will have no power over you when you open your third eye. Money has no power over you when you open your third eye. You see how useless it is. It just comes and goes. Why are you buying stuff? Why are you materialistic? Why accumulate wealth you cannot take with you? Because they realized they've sacrificed their soul, their star, their third eye. I call them the go-watching. Y'all really need to do Whipping Star and the Dasati Experiment by Frank Herbert. Dune was nothing. Dune was a quick recap. The story, what's going on behind the scenes, what this is really all about, this heavenly war of them trying to shut down everybody's third eye. It's the story of the fall. It's the story of getting the Jedi, or the ones with their third eye open, are called Jedi. the Jed I, E-Y-E, the Yed I, the middle I, the Yod I. This is how it would be in Hebrew. This is a Yod, which is a long story of what Yod is and how it came into being in language. But the Yod, and they are Yod I. It's Y-O-D. And that's where you get Yoda. They're the Yod I. The Jedi are the Yoda. The J is the Y. They're the Yoda I, or the Yoda is the Jedi. And we all become Jedi. That they're masters, right? They're masters. The Jedi masters. Thalam means master. The fixed cross is the master. 3 crosses at Golgotha. Golgotha, it translates to the place of the skull. So the zodiac is the skull. That's why they have the skull and bones. The skull and bone symbolism, the skull is the zodiac, and the bones is their mutable cross, not our fixed cross. It's their mutable cross of death. Death to the third eye. Death to the thalamus. Death to the heart. Death to everything but desire, power. They worship the god of forces, fortresses. That's power. That's the God of the Old Testament. They worship everything but Saturn and Venus. They demonize them. They demonize them. Paul in the age of Pisces tells us, we war not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is the high place today. This is the high place. In the age of Pisces, the high place is Virgo. Mutable earth. You can take and make anything out of it. We could have, this age, if we would have been left alone and not manipulated by Jupiter and Mercury, not ruled by desire, empire, and expansion, more and materialism, we could have already made heaven on earth. And a lot of us already know that. And we know that it's been hijacked. But it's okay. Because in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, this mortality, this dirt, this death that you live in, and you think it's life, puts on immortality and real life when you open your third eye. Period. And don't do it by the Kundalini. You do it through the heart chakra. Psalm 51. You don't want bloody sacrifices. But it's a broken and a contrite heart. A broken spirit. You have to pass through the heart. The only way to pass through the heart is when it's broken. So we can thank Jupiter and Mercury for breaking our hearts. Because that's what they've done to us. This is what they do with their power and their greed and their desire. And dragging all this emotion from Mars into it. The social justice warriors are worshiping the god of Babylon and Molech, and they don't even know it. Jesus said, you know not who you worship. Go within. Go through the heart. Don't let Mercury have one word. You know, when I opened my third eye, I did. I had a broken, contrite heart. That was it. I was done. My heart had had enough. No more. And it was all about the heart. And I had no words. This groan, this moan came out of my mouth. It's called the groaning of the Holy Spirit. And as soon as it came out of my mouth, and I threw myself prostrate on the ground, face down, bam, my third eye instantly opened. Mercury was screaming for his life. He had nothing left. And I let him do it. And I didn't care anymore. And suddenly, I was standing in the land of milk and honey. It was the same field I was in, same cotton field. But suddenly, everything was alive. Everything was living. And this beautiful heavenly music was playing, and he grabbed my hands, and we started dancing. Circles within circles. Like a spirograph, just circles within circles. We were a binary star system that was twirling into one. Are you starting to see what I'm starting to see? The messenger of this age has been a damn liar. And he's been there to pervert the message, to save his own ass. As we all are moving into the age of becoming kings and priests. And we'll have no more need of them. The lion's gate's going to open. The lion's going to open its mouth, the sun. And as it moves from constellation to constellation, the doors are all open. And we can move in and out. And there will be trees on either side of this water, this river running down the middle. And the leaves of the trees are for the healing of the nations. We're all going to be healed. And you don't need the root of the tree or the fruit of the tree. You need the leaves. And we'll have no more remembrance of the old earth and the old heaven, for they're going to be passed away. We won't even remember them. All of the knowledge, all of this knowledge is going to be removed because it was corrupted. They built Orion on top of the third eye, on top of Leo. They built the age of Taurus on top of the age of Leo. At least it's all on the fixed cross, but it's a crooked cross. When they done this, it became a crooked cross. But we're fixing to take a straight and narrow path, straight from the bottom chakra to the crown. Talk about a wake-up call. Talk about mortality, putting on immortality. This thing you call life, the word mortal itself tells you it's death. Incarnation. Carnal. We're in a carnal nation. Not when we go here, no more. Everything gets exalted. And here the two horses, the two memories. The dolphin, the heir to the throne. Dauphin, heir to the throne. A lot of dolphins washing up on the shore. They're coming out of the water into the air. It's symbolic. It's symbolic. You got to hit the beach. Right? You come out of the water, you land on the beach. They stormed the beach of Normandy, right? They stormed the beach. All of that was symbolic theater put on for us. It's all symbolic. They worship the God, in Revelations, they worship the God of fortresses, the God of power, empire. We see that in the Nostradamus tarot deck. I'm convinced more and more that's what it is. Thank you, people who have sent me tarot decks. I am in awe. I'm in awe. I'm learning so much. I think me playing with the tarot decks and learning the symbolism is what's working in my dream state that actually has what's been going on in my head the last few days about who's the bad guy. And LAVETTE, it's not what's there, it's what's not there, what's missing. Look at it like a child. Go back to your Highlights magazine. Go back to your Sesame Street. Look at it with the eyes of a child. Tell me what you see, and then tell me what you don't see. And it was so simple. It's been right in front of my face The whole time I've been trying to reconcile this for 2 frickin' years. And I finally got it. Which one's the bad guy? Mercury or Venus? And his symbol and he is the master of retrogrades. Mercury rules pharmacy. He's the alchemist. A perverted Mercury. This is what they've done to him, really. Might as well be Peter on the cross. Really, he's upside down. That's what they've done. And they walk around with that ball. They show you the globe. They show you the globe in the Queen's hand with the cross over the top of it. It's an inverted Mercury. So instead of wealth and health for all, not only did they invert it, they retrograded it. And they call it pharma. This is funny. This word pharma comes from the same word Ephraim. Ephraim means farmer, pharmacation, pharmacology. You farm it out. Christ talked to us a lot in agricultural terminology. The man sowing the seed. Man plants a garden. He talked to us a lot about trees, about 2 trees specifically. An olive tree and a fig tree. Figs are funny things. A fig Newton. That there is a spell. The new ton, the new tone, the new town. The new town for the figs. Did you know that wasps, let me do this. Wasps plant their seeds, their eggs inside of figs. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants plant their eggs, their offspring inside of the fig. When you eat figs, guaranteed you're eating dead wasps. And wasp eggs. Yeah. Guaranteed. You need to know that. I don't care if you grow them yourself. The little hole in the end of the fig, the wasp lays its eggs in that hole. Sometimes they get up in the hole, and then they can't get out, and they die in there with their egg. And sometimes the egg hatches, right? And you have all these baby wasps in there. And they've done picked the fig, processed it, and you're eating it. The fig tree. The fig tree is the one the Christ touched, and it withered. He killed it. It wasn't producing fruit. It was bad fruit, so he killed it. And he prayed on the Mount Olivet. The olive oil, the anointing oil, the yellow oil. And one story, these are all trees. There's the oak tree, the palm, and the palm tree is for Aquarius. Palm tree. Yep. Trees and tents, palm trees and tents, and an oasis is the sigil. One of the sigils in one of the stories for the age of Aquarius. He's the Gad man, the God man. It's tents, and you know the Native Americans. Gotta love it, because they do their teepees. I went through the whole 3 years of the teepee thing. The TP people. You know, I think I know why they took the... they give us many different reasons of why they took the cover stones off of the pyramid. They tell us, though, they took them off and built different stuff with it. They told us they were covered in hieroglyphics. We've been told that Napoleon took them all off. We've been told a lot of shit. I'm going to show you why they really took it off. Because in their version, the pyramid this is a symbol of fire. It's called pyre. A pyre is a fire in the middle. A pyramid is a word that says fire in the middle, right? And the way the pyramid is now, like this, that is the symbol of fire in the middle. But if on the cover stones there was a line, that makes this now air or heaven symbol. So they took it off to get rid of the line. And we really still see the line. The capstone's missing. You need to understand the word cap. Stone can be cap, star, Capricorn, capital, Capri, Most High. The Most High. These two are one. When you open your third eye, you get your capstone. You're your own prophet, priest, and kings. The age of Pisces is the age of the prophets. But their prophets tell lies, and they prophesy the prophets. FIT. Their Wall Street speculators are the prophets today. They walled the street. Wall backwards is law. It's the law, and it's a treat. It's treats. This age, you have the prophets, the kings, and the priests. The king in their age is the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. The butcher's the king, fixed cross. The baker is Aries. He's the priest, and the prophets are the bakers here. They make the dough. The bakers make the dough. The prophets, the priest, tell you who the king is to institute the war that makes the profits for the bankers, the dough makers. We're rub-a-dub-dub, three dudes in a tub. It's all been patriarchal. All of it. And now they want to hijack the next stage. They're turning our men into women. No, they'll never be a female because they can't breed. So they turn them into women, magic circle men. But they're never females or females. In the next stage, it's sovereign. When you open your third eye, the last thing you're thinking about is what gender you are. Suddenly, you become ungendered. Gender doesn't matter. I opened my third eye before I hit puberty, and I was appalled at my body at puberty. As at everybody's. I thought, this is disgusting. I don't want no part of sexuality or gender. I don't want to be seen for what gender I am or what color I am. I'm a sovereign being. I need to be judged by what's in my heart and what's in my mind, not my appearance, not by my sexual organs. Don't judge me that way. Don't look at me as male or female. I don't want nothing to do with either one of them. I'm beyond sexuality. And they have drugged this generation into the bottom chakra and shut the door, slammed it shut, and locked it. They'll never make it to their third eye. They are blowing their oil out their ass faster than their body can produce it. and they're trapped. They did it willingly, freely. We all submit to this freely. But the only thing you can control is you. The only one you can really help is yourself. And nobody can do it for you. I can show you the way. The way is the Tao. The Tao is the cross. That's all I can show you, is the way. The way is within you. The kingdom is within you. And it's all around you. You just can't see it. When you go within you and walk through the third eye door, then you can see the land of milk and honey that's all around us. That belongs to us. It's our inheritance. We're the Dufont. We're the dolphins. We're the heirs to the throne. The Dufont. Here's the throne. We're the heirs. It's ours. As individual sovereign beings. We're our own monarchy. We won't need to be told the difference between right and wrong. We know. We don't need a religion. We know. We don't need to be shown the way. We find out we are the way. We won't need lying prophets, bloody kings, and greedy priests. This is the beast system. There are two. Religion and money, the god of mammon. Both are dying. They're in their death throes now. They're playing every card they have. What they're doing should not matter to you at all. It's irrelevant. It's only a distraction. Go within. Start in the heart. Shut off the lower chakras. Be done with materialism. Be done with what you think you own, you need, you want. Forget about the belly and I'm hungry. Forget it. Let go. They've broken every one of our hearts. They've done us a favor. The door's open. You know, Moses was told to speak to the stone and it would bring forth water. And he struck it. And he was cursed for that. Don't go in the other way. Don't strike the rock. Speak to it. Just simply speak to it. The power is in our hands. The power is in your hands. Venus, the heart, is in the right hand in the next stage. And your emotions in the left hand. In the hero. The hidden hand. In this age, the hidden hand is the right hand because they're hiding Mercury. They're hiding who they venerate. The upside down retrograde Mercury. They love it. In the next stage, the left hand is the hidden hand. It's that eagle, the hero, Vishnu, Hercules, loyalty, best friends, lovers, intimacy, secrets. But that eagle has that serpent in its claws. I can see it all. And it becomes more and more clear every day. I want you to see what I see. I want you to hear what I hear. Start asking the right questions. Stop looking for what's there and ask yourself, what's not there? In this age, there's no third eye. There's no heart. There's nothing. But Jupiter and Mercury rule this damn cross. The whole thing. Just two of them. Empire and the mouthpiece. The Sith Lord and his apprentice. Only one way you can become a Jedi.